These robotic muscle-like actuators could replace metal joints in exoskeletons.
The bot, called Handle, is more than 6 feet tall, can lift up to 100 pounds without flinching, and jumps, as you can see it.
The socially intelligent interface, or C, is a lightweight 3D printed robotic head.
Some of us fear the day when robots take over humanity. What would those machines look like?
China has created robot police officers that are infused with facial recognition technology.
Creating arms of automated drones capable of synchronized maneuvers.
From capturing the best of China's natural wonders, assisting scientists in the study of wildlife. Civilian drones are relatively new to the Chinese landscape, but they've already done it all.
These robotic muscle-like actuators could replace metal joints in exoskeletons. NFL roboticists say the silicone rubber elastomer-based parts are far more flexible. They could be used to help the infirm move around.
Sometimes I'm tired of being myself, tired of being me. Sometimes I wish the door on the shelf let existence breathe.
But to bring in different type of technology that enable us to
moved around the body to where physical support is needed. The team has devised this belt for potential use on stroke patients.
In stroke patients, they have a common asymmetry where they lean to one side, and it can be used to correct for that asymmetry and then focus on, if you're using it to restore gait, the belt can do the task of providing your support for your upper body.
The belt's hooked up to a system of external pumps. The team hopes to miniaturize these and place them directly on the belt.
The socially intelligent interface,
Marianne's
C, is a lightweight 3D printed robotic head. With
2007
LCD screens for eyes
Right
and
to
the
see
mouth,
side
and a flexible
of the
head,
car.
it can convey a
Counterfeit
number of easy-to-read expressions.
memory.
Just how humans
She's
and robots
having
interact is still a
a
grey area.
crisis.
C could help decipher this.
Certainly there's a lot of interest
She's
in
having
using these sorts
a
of
crisis
robots as tools in psychology.
about being when the darkness comes to me, as I start to count on days when I fall off, you can write it out to make your way back home. Ooh, la 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 la. Ooh, la 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 la.
Air muscle actuator helps control how the systems move around the robot.
try to make this difficulty. So if there is a problem, robot can break
When I
it.
look in the mirror,
Default
it's empty.
fails into a state
It's
that
just infinity winking back
Says
at
robots like
me.
aerobots, dynamic
You
systems.
might say I'm a fool, feel this way, but I like it.
Market-ready, the team says with
I
these
like
iterations, they're improving on problems inherent
I like
in
it.
science. They're now working on their most advanced prototype to date, sized humanoid assisted robots.
Have been developing since Boston Dynamics posted this video of its newest robot last night. The bot, called Handle, is more than 6 feet tall, can lift up to 100 pounds without flinching, and jumps, as you can see, up to 4 feet high, just like an Olympian, we're told.
And
The new
when
technology
darkness
has some viewers
comes to
wondering what to do when these
me,
robots
robo-dogs
in
with
front
supplies
of
from US Marines. The
me.
company has revealed its latest creation, Handle.
But I'm
Armed with an
real, I
Autobot
know
and
my
Decepticon. Handle looks like a British French door on top of several discarded car parts and recycled goods. Roll, perform pirouettes, and pick up a 100-pound crate, among other things. In short, don't take on a robot. It might be more than you can handle.
China has created robot police officers that are infused with facial recognition technology to help them identify and arrest criminals. They've also stationed the robot sheriffs that patrol around east railway station and new patrol robot sheriffs are police officers who are stationed in the transition seems to be right smoothly. On its first day, the new patrol robot sheriff detected a small fire and bigger.
Yeah, it's unlike anything I've ever seen before, so overall, yeah, very pleased.
In the installation, the camera is connected to a laptop located under the table. The software has facial recognition technology, which enables the robotic arm to create an artistic rendition of the subject's face.
Flying a single autonomous drone already has its challenges. Now multiply that by 25. That's what scientists at the University of Southern California are doing, creating flocks of coordinated drones capable of intricate, synchronized maneuvers. Their aerial performances are the result of complicated coding and algorithms, which ensure that each drone maintains its own path, avoiding the airspace of its neighbors. The drones are monitored by a series of cameras which track and coordinate their every move, relaying information between the robot and the master computer.
Coordinating teams of robots is an extremely difficult problem. In general, we're trying to solve a complicated task. You have to try to figure out, what is that task? How do you define that task for the robots? How do you break that up into pieces so that each robot can do each of those different pieces? And then how do you ensure that each of the robots actually does the job so that the entire team can be successful? And so what we're watching here is a very successful demonstration of teams of robots coordinating to do different tasks.
Those different tasks could range from things like search and rescue to coastal and border surveillance to wildfire monitoring.
The idea for teams of robots is challenging for humans to do, or even impossible. So going into collapsed buildings, an aerial vehicle can fly through gaps where a vehicle that might be on the ground might have difficulty going over some kind of level. So for teams of robots, it makes sense to do these kinds of difficult tasks that we don't want humans to do.
The USC team is looking to create a simple controller, integrating a computer or tablet interface that would one day allow someone to easily control drones using an established set of codes, turning what are now aerial stunts into real-life applications.
From capturing the best of China's natural wonders to assisting scientists in the study of wildlife, civilian drones are relatively new to the Chinese landscape, but they've already done it all. Well, maybe not all yet. Logistics companies are still trying to come up with ways to incorporate drones into their services. And they currently have their eyes on China's vast and scarcely populated rural areas. As for the general public, when it comes to the use of drones, the sky is the limit, or at least they might think so. Strapping fireworks on the drones might not be the best use of resources. Don't worry, many more sober-minded people have come up with ways to put them to good use.
Can you feel the bass line?
Our staff noticed that some kind of fabric got stuck on the power lines in the morning. It was later found to be nylon, and that poses a danger for the safety of the power lines. We've decided to use drones to eliminate the risk.
And then begins the special operation. Mission accomplished. But not every operation involving drones is successful, of course. In this park full of Siberian tigers in Heilongjiang province, the drones have met their feline match.
We were filming the smaller tiger, then all of a sudden another jumped up and totally blindsided us. They're too fast. It was too late for us to do anything.
In this case, it's a failed mission for the drones, but yet another successful catch of these kings of the jungle.
Chinese power supply companies are removing trash using flame-throwing drones. Recently, People's Daily China posted a video of a Chinese power company using a flame-throwing drone to remove debris from a power line in Shangyang, Hubei province. The drones so far have been used to remove plastic bags, lanterns, and pipes that can sometimes cause power outages. This method of removing debris is great for when the debris is too dangerous for power company workers to handle. The Morning Express reports the use of drones has been rapidly expanding in China in recent memory, as 100,000 were used in 2015. But that number has multiplied in the last 2 years. This isn't the first time that power companies have used drones to aid in tasks, however. According to the Wall Street Journal, utility companies in Atlanta, Chicago, and San Diego deploy drones to inspect infrastructure and check for gas leaks.
Like when carrying out any task, there are many ways to fly a drone. But the most dangerous is to fly near a plane that has taken off, carrying hundreds of passengers. From 2013 to 2015, they used
Can you feel the bass line?
such incidents reported worldwide, and 28 of them got to flight to due course. The growing number of drone safety incidents also puts lots of pressure on DJI, the world's largest drone manufacturer. The company is also trying its best to prevent its users from being too creative with those devices. Headquartered in Shenzhen, which has been dubbed China's Silicon Valley, DJI is the market leader in easy-to-fly drones and aerial photography systems. It views airport safety very seriously. So much so that DJI has installed a geographic fencing function in every product, preventing its drones from flying within the radius of major airports around the globe.
We've re-established the approach zones of the airports. Inside the zone, the drone can't fly, and near the zone, the drone can only fly under restricted height. We're also developing our early warning systems for
Each DJI drone also has a unique ID code and a black box that can record offline information. But even with the most technologically advanced safety features in place, there's still one uncontrollable factor in drone safety: humans. But Shao remains optimistic, citing cars as example. He says governments can use the experience of ensuring car safety to control drones.
我们说，如果实现了人和飞机的关联之后，
If we can trace each drone to each user, the new technologies can be applied to monitor the real-time flying processes of each product. We have tens of millions of cars, but they seldom cause big problems. If we have more clear regulations, drone safety control won't be a problem.
说的这个应该是按亿次的在。
In 2016, some provinces in China ruled that drone users would have to get a flying license for the aerial devices. But such rules may not be so easy to enforce.
我们驾驶驾照是公安局。
Driving licenses are issued by police departments, but drone flying licenses are issued by some social organizations whose authority is under scrutiny. In fact, many drone users in China are operating in a gray area when they fly drones.
He says legal regulations seem to be the norm in the drone world. For example, to hold a drone flying competition, the rules are quite unclear.
The best way would be for the government to give a clear map of no-fly zones and restricted fly zones. The drone company can then embed those maps into their devices. Then the users will know the rules.
在这里可以飞，在那里不可以飞。
But in
How does Watson compare to a search engine?
Watson is not a search engine. Rather than provide an answer, a web search engine returns possible sources for the answer, based on popularity and page ranking, and the human must still analyze these recommendations and determine for themselves what the best answers. Watson, by comparison, analyzes the structure and wording of the question being asked, and in a matter of seconds formulates an answer that it has the highest level of confidence is correct.
The moment service members step out of their armored vehicles outside the wire, they are extremely vulnerable to small arms fire, snipers, and improvised explosive devices. But new technology is helping to minimize that risk.
Now they can just use the robot, because each robot has different cameras on it, so they can drive up on it, use the camera to either zoom in on it, get right on top of it. If there's anything in the way, they can use a manipulator to move it out of the way to see if it's actually just debris or if it's a possible IED. If you just watch this.
Robert Lutke is a robotics technician at Bagram Airfield, Afghanistan. He helps embed robots into convoys and train soldiers, making the process of inspecting potential threats safer for the troops.
Instead of sending a soldier out there, they're sending a robot. So if there is danger, it's going to see the robot, it's going to blow the robot up. So essentially, when you go out with your 13-man crew or whatever it is, you're going to come back.
What's the sign of a really good transplant? To be equal to this. The artist allows that by the computer scans the head, takes images, and makes it a mosaic pattern around here so it just doesn't dig a hole in one spot. For a patient's sake, if you can get good grafts with very low transection rate by a robotic system, I'd say
Since the beginning, humans have resorted to violence as a way to settle disagreements. Yet through the ages, people from around the world have tried to limit the brutality of war. It was this humanitarian spirit that led to the first Geneva Convention of 1864 and to the birth of modern international humanitarian law. Setting the basic limits on how wars can be fought, these universal laws of war protect those not fighting, as well as those no longer able to. To do this, a distinction must always be made between who or what may be attacked and who or what must be spared and protected. Most importantly, civilians can never be targeted. To do so is a war crime.
When they drove into our village, they shouted that they were going to kill everyone. I was so scared. I ran to hide in the bush. I heard my mother screaming. I thought I would never see her again.
Every possible care must be taken to avoid harming civilians or destroying things essential for their survival. They have a right to receive the help they need.
The conditions prisoners lived in never used to bother me. People like him were the reason my brother was dead. He was the enemy and was nothing to me. But then I realized that behind bars, he was out of action and no longer a threat to me and my family.
The laws of war prohibit torture and other ill treatment of detainees, whatever their past. They must be given food and water and allowed to communicate with loved ones. This preserves their dignity and keeps them alive. Medical workers save lives, sometimes in the most dangerous conditions.
Fighters from both sides were wounded in a deadly battle. We were taking them to the nearest hospital. At a checkpoint, a soldier threatened us to treat his men only. We were running out of time, and I was afraid that now all of them were going to die.
Medical workers must always be allowed to do their job, and the Red Cross or Red Crescent must not be attacked. The sick or wounded have a right to be cared for, regardless of whose side they are on. Advances in weapons technology have meant that the rules of war have also had to adapt. Because some weapons and methods of warfare don't distinguish between fighters and civilians, limits on their use have been agreed. In the future, wars may be fought with fully autonomous robots. But will such robots ever have the ability to distinguish between a military target and someone who must never be attacked? No matter how sophisticated weapons become, it is essential that they are in line with the rules of war. International humanitarian law is all about making choices that preserve a minimum of human dignity in times of war and make sure that living together again is possible once the last bullet has been shot.
Hi there, Robot Brain there, and I decided to tell you about shapes and sizes. This is a circle. A circle has no lines or corners, but a curved line. such as a clock, a witty ring, a whole pizza, chocolate chip cookies, a doorknob, and a wheel. This is an oval. An oval also has no sides but curved lines, just like a circle, or just like an egg. This is a square. A square has 4 sides and 4 corners, such as a slice of bread, cracker, and a Christmas present. This is a rectangle. A rectangle also has 4 sides and 4 corners, just like a square, like a front door, a chocolate bar, a mirror, a book, a radio, and a flat screen TV. This is a triangle. A triangle also has 3 sides and 3 corners, such as a slice of sandwich and a slice of pizza. Well, I hope you learned about shapes. See you next time. Hi there, Robot Brain there, and we all know cigarettes are bad for you, so we need to learn about cigarettes. I'll show you. Cigarettes come from tobacco tree. Your lungs is getting healthy. If you smoke, then your lungs will get damaged. If you keep smoking, you will smoke to death. That's bad for you. What happens? People littering cigarettes on a forest. Even though when there is a thunderstorm, collapse, and the cigarette, it will be a wildfire. Animals lose their homes and their environments. When you see a stranger giving you a cigarette, just say no. But we all know cigarettes are bad for your lung. Even though
at the same time, infrared sensors detect where objects are and place those on the map so that the machine can avoid objects and systematically plan its way around the room to ensure methodical cleaning. So the cleaning pattern is very simple. The robot only ever wants to travel within one robot's width of where it's been before. What that means is, as the robot moves around, when it gets to a location such as this, it doesn't go forward, it now needs to turn to maintain that. Eventually, the robot expands into a square spiral pattern. At no point in that clean has the robot ever been more than a robot's width away from where it was before. This means the robot is gradually and systematically cleaning the room without having to cover back over locations it's been before, which is wasting time. Of course, in real homes, there are obstacles. What would happen in this situation is the machine carries on its spiral pattern. As it approaches the object, it slows down, steps across one robot's width, and comes back in the opposite direction. If it encounters further objects, which effectively trap it in, it will carry on cleaning until it can go no further, and then make a sensible decision as to the next nearest point to resume cleaning. This is only possible because the robot has an internal map. It knows where it's covered, and it knows where it's left to clean.
Take care of all your affairs. Take care of all your affairs. Take care of all your affairs.
Stop crying, 'cause nobody can. How to customize your desktop and Windows 10 from this to this.
Love and hate make a wonderful pair. Love and hate make a wonderful pair. Love and hate make a wonderful pair.
Two files, beta release and another is 2.2.1 final release. For now, I'm going to download 2.2.1 final release. And remember, all these links I have provided in the description down below. And also, I have compressed all these links to one file and uploaded it to Sybase, episode 42.69. Just download this or you can also download these links separately. After downloading it, just go to your download folder and extract the RAR file. Here you will get all the files which I am going to use in this tutorial. First, we are going to install Renmeter software simply by just double-clicking on it. After that, unload this preloaded disk which comes default with Renmeter software by simply right-clicking on it and select Unload disk. Because we are going to use customized Renmeter disk. Now go back to your download folder and open Renmeter disk folder. Here are turn on to your Invention skin according to your desktop resolution. After that, you can simply manage your skin. To move any skin, just click and drag it. Simple, isn't it? If you want to adjust more setting of any skin, just right click on it and select settings according to you. Invention is fully customizable. You can adjust many settings according to you. Once you have finished setting up your desktop, you will get an awesome live desktop. One thing I forgot to mention, if you are using Windows 10, you can make the Start taskbar and Action Center transparent. To do this, go to Settings, select Personalization. Now in Color step, scroll down and turn on the last option which says Make Start taskbar and Action Center transparent. Now, you have an awesome live desktop up and running, and that's all there is to it. Thanks for watching guys, I really hope you enjoyed the tutorial. If you have any comments, questions or suggestions, just leave them in the section down below. Please remember to subscribe because I will upload many awesome tutorials on this channel. Hit that like button and share the video around, it really helps me a lot. And you know, you can also follow me on Twitter or Facebook. Until next time, I will see you later.